Good morning. Hello, hello, hello. It is Monday. It is Mindset Monday. And my name is Linda. How are you doing today? Now, I'm on two platforms right now, and you'll be able to listen to the replay. So I'm on my favorite group, Women Who Want to Get Back in Their Groove. It's my Facebook group for women who, of like minded women, I should add, because we're all pretty good women. Some of us have businesses, some of us don't, but we all, for one reason or another, want to get back in our groove or want to get motivated again and passionate about life again. Maybe we already are and we just want to keep the momentum going, right? We want to keep that groove going. And I'm also on my YouTube channel. So if you're listening to this on YouTube after, thank you for listening. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel as well. So today is Mindset Monday, and there's so many different things I want to talk about, but I can't focus. I rem- the reason I want to talk about this particular thing right now is because today is my birthday. Today is the day that I was born. I don't know what time I was born at, but I was born on January 18th. And of course, for the last few years, shortly after my birthday, I would be leaving to go out of the country. You see, because I don't really like winter that much. I don't like the cold, but I always, um, last 2 or 3 years, anyways, if not more, I would always plan a trip around this time of the year to get away. And so last year I went to Mexico. I think I left on the 21st, right after my birthday. And I think the year before I might have left on the 19th to go to Costa Rica. And I think the year before I might have gone to Cuba. And I think the year before that I went to Florida for a weekend. I can't remember the years because, after a while, one year is just rolls into the next year. But this year, around my birthday, I'm not going anywhere, mostly because of the COVID. But have you ever noticed how certain dates have meaning to you, right? So my birthday, uh, most the most meaningful thing around my birthday was I'm going to be leaving in a few days from now to go somewhere hot. When I was younger, it was yes, it's my birthday. I'm going to get some gifts. Woo-hoo-hoo. And I always had a boyfriend who would make me a really nice birthday gift, a birthday cake. So that was really cool too. And sometimes for my birthday, I would have friends that send me a message a couple of days before thinking that it's my birthday. I said, well, thanks, but it's on the 18th. Stuff like that happens, but at least people remember, right? People remember days for whatever reason, a birth date, an anniversary, um, a death. Now, I'll give you an example of a death, a date. I remember December 8th because that's when my first husband died. And so for the longest time, that date wasn't a very good memory for me, but I turned it around. And I think that's one of the messages that I want to send to you. So sometimes we have a date that reminds us, hello, that reminds us of something. And that day, like for today, it's my birthday. It's reminding me that I was actually born on this day. So there's a lot of goodness and happy memories, based around this date. But when I mentioned the date of the death, sometimes it's not good memories. And I'm encouraging you that if there's a date in mind that doesn't have a good memory for you, to change it around, to find something about that particular day that was good. So, if I think about the day of my first husband's death on December 8th, it was actually the day that I started a new form of independence. a new form of independence. It was a really interesting day, that's for sure. So, if you are holding on to certain memories around a date, I'm here to tell you that that story can keep you kind of chained in the sense for a very long time, up until you decide to do something different on that day and to use that day for a different type of memory, right? So that's one thing I want to talk about, the meaning of days. And I'm just wondering, I'm listening or I'm watching that there's somebody watching on my website, not my website, oh my God, on my group right now. Do you have a special day, a day that you remember for a particular reason? Whoever's watching me, write it down on the chat box. I mentioned that today's my birthday, so I remember previous birthdays, and I've had so many people on Facebook sending me messages on the messenger, happy birthday, people I don't even know. And so birthdays are special typically, but they're not always special, right? Other days may be special, but days like when my brother passed February 8th, that day will be remembered, and I want to change the memory of that day as much as possible. So that's one thing. And the other thing I want to share, so many things I want to share today, is in my Facebook group today, I posted Mindset Monday, learn, grow, and persevere. So learn, grow, and persevere. I could say that today is the beginning of a new year for me because today I'm 63 and I am going to be living my 64th year. And of course, because it's so close to the new year, January 1st, that's, another celebration in that sense, but that's a whole different year. I like to also consider this year, my 64th year, as a year that I will learn more than I did last year. And from what I'm learning this particular year, I am going to grow and I am going to persevere. So every year, there are so many opportunities to learn and to grow from what we've learned and to persevere into continuing to be open to learning what we need to learn. Now, have you learned something? I don't know who's watching me right now, but add in the chat box if you've learned something this year. And learning isn't just an academic thing. I remember when I was in university, God, did I ever learn a lot. And I forget a lot of stuff that I've learned. But I'm talking about, learning life's lessons. Learning, for example, that I make my own happiness. I don't depend on other people to make me happy. I've learned that. And I've grown from learning that. I've learned that I am the one that creates my own happiness, and I really need to look inside me to create that happiness. And I've learned that um, if I did rely on other people to create my happiness, I would not be satisfied. I would not ever be able to truly achieve that happiness that I want so much. So I've learned that, and I've grown so much from that particular learning, and I continue to grow into that. For example, when I meditate, I go into me and I start thinking of joy and my purpose in life, and I start thinking of all the different little moments that I've had that have created that joy in me. And that's persevering. So I continue to grow. And so there are always things that we learn. There's always things that we will grow from from what we're learning. And if we choose just one thing to persevere, then we will also grow from that as well. So learn, grow, and persevere. Now, I want to share something that I received on my email today. This is from Nordic Spa, and I'm going to read just a little bit of it. Today it says overcoming Blue Monday, reality or pure fiction. The third Monday of January is said to be the most depressing day of the year. Mondays in general have had a bad reputation, and this one in particular is often cold and dreary. At this time of the year, days are short, sunlight is rare, and winter has fully set in. Furthermore, the post-holiday blues, along with forgotten New Year's resolutions, make for a less than ideal time. Blue Monday. Well, guess what, guys? Excusez-moi. Blue Monday happens to be today, and it happens to be my birthday. And if I believed everything that is said on the media, I would be toast. Now, truth is that, some people are affected by the seasonal affective disorder, right? I mean, some people really do feel a sense of depression around this time of the year, especially in this part of of the world, because our days are shorter and our nights are a lot longer. But there's ways to, I want to say to fight that, but um, to rejoice knowing this as well. And part of that is by learning to create new opportunities for us, by taking advantage of the outdoors light, by going outside and enjoying nature, by by being outside and just walking out and taking that breath of fresh air. So although right now, because of the situation we're all in, it's it's difficult to go out with people. I've been walking, and yesterday I actually went snowshoeing with a friend, and I tell you, it was so good to get out. And let's see, I want to show you pictures. Just a second. There, you can't really see that, but that's a picture of me getting ready to go snowshoeing, and it was absolutely beautiful. It's a picture of my friend. I went out with my friend, and I just received two messages from my sons. You know what? It is my birthday today, and when my sons remember that it's my birthday, and when my friends remember it's my birthday, that's all that matters. That's really all that matters. So happy birthday to me. Listen, I wanted to do something special today as well, partly for me, but partly for you, whoever's going to be watching this on replay. And if you're watching this on replay, please write hashtag replay as well. I want to pull some cards. Now, I don't normally do it on the Mindset Monday, but because it's my birthday, I figured, you know what? It's okay. I'm going to do it. So I'm going to pull some cards, and these cards, I want to focus on my intention for these cards is what's next. Now, I know a woman in my group also shared, I wonder what's next for me. So this isn't just for you, but it's for everyone who's wondering what's next. And what's next can mean all sorts of things. What's next for me in terms of my career? What's next for me in terms of relationships? What's next for us in terms of, you know, COVID? So it's that what's next question, all right? And by the way, I'm just pulling these cards from John Holland. Oops, show that again. I've got three deck of cards that I'm actually pulling from today. So this one says authority. And let me read what this is. Okay, authority. This card represents the masculine qualities of leadership, logic, strength, wisdom, and power. Hmm. So what's next? Interesting. I'm just moving my chair a little bit here. When this card emerges, it acts as a teaching tool, and in so doing, it is encouraging you to develop, or I love this word, reignite these qualities and tap into the masculine aspects of yourself. Other traits also include our good reasoning and problem solving skills, being grounded, and learning to develop strong mental control over free reigning emotions. Oftentimes, this card appears to symbolize a father figure or an individual of wise authority who may be present in your life. It could be someone of high influence in business or a prudent friend who uses logic and reason to create a positive outcome. Ask yourself whether it's time to take on and emulate similar qualities. Now is when you must act like a leader and exert your will by incorporating form and structure into ideas, plans, and foundations. It's time to stop talking and act in order to achieve what you must. Use the qualities and character of the authority card so that when you need to make a choice, you approach it from a place of wisdom, rationality, logic, and grace rather than one of foolishness, belligerence, greed, and self centeredness. The way in which you acquire, handle, and wield power and authority is now being tested. I love this. This is this is a perfect card because as we speak, I'm also in the process of launching my Accelerate Your Groove 90-day program, and this might be the perfect opportunity really to register for it because it is for people who have a goal or two in mind and who want that support to move towards that goal, to accomplish that goal, or at least be in the momentum of developing that goal. So I'm going to add the link for the very special discount, which expires tonight at midnight. So that's that card, the authority card. All right, let's have another card. And this one is a life purpose card. And I will add the link to the Facebook group as well because I noticed that I can't post comments to the Facebook group. I'm just pulling these cards out. These are from the Life Purpose Oracle cards, Doreen Virtue. And if you remember, our question is, what's next? Okay, what's next? All right, let me put this back in the box. Oops. And this card is, interesting card, the family card. Loving your friends and family is central to your life purpose. And how timely is that? So, what's next? Loving your family. So, let me read that one. This is the purpose deck. So, you drew this card to remind you that your life purpose begins at home. You serve an important function through your relationships with the members of your family. This includes the prayers you say on their behalf, the kindness you bestow, and the compassion you have for their actions. This card is also indicative of some forgiveness work that will benefit everyone concerned. You can start the process simply by holding the intention to clear the energy with your loved ones. You already know the people whom you need to forgive, as your first thoughts on this subject were your indicators. A life purpose doesn't necessarily mean a wage paying career. It's a scope of experience in which you devote yourself to developing your ability to fully love. And we got to remember that family isn't just blood family, it includes our friends as well. For most people, oops, hang on. And let me go back. A life purpose doesn't necessarily mean a wage-paying career. It's a scope of experience in which you devote yourself to developing your ability to fully love. For most people, relationships with family are grist for the mill in terms of learning to rise above ego challenges. As you focus upon your loved one's inner beauty, you begin to see it within yourself and all the life. Today, say prayers for the health and happiness of every family member and notice your inner responses to these blessings. You'll experience newfound peace, which will benefit you in countless ways. And I love this piece. I'm going to repeat this sentence. As you focus upon your loved one's inner beauty, you begin to see it within yourself in all aspects of life. So that was to answer the big question, what's next? Well, what's next might be loving your family and friends is, is central to your life purpose. Cool card. And in my Accelerate Your Groove 90-day program, I'm just putting my cards back. I've added a training in there for emotional intelligence. So if you do want to improve your relationships over the next 90 days, that training will be helpful to you as well. All right, I've got one more card that I want to pull, and this one is from this deck here. Life loves you. I love these cards here. These are all positive affirmations. And if you are having a difficult time with what's happening today, or you're feeling the blues, because apparently the third Monday of January is Blues Monday, and I'm thinking, well, I don't feel the blues today. Maybe it's because I'm doing something that's meaningful to me and hopefully brings you some meaning as well. All right, let me choose a card for Life Loves You. I dedicate today to love. I dedicate today to love. Notice how wonderful life can be when you approach each day with an attitude of love. So today is Mindful Monday, and I talked about all sorts of stuff because I had so many different things to talk about today. We talked about, the meaning of certain days, whether they're, anniversaries or birthdays or memories of the passing of somebody. We talked about that. We talked about learning, growing, and persevering. And I talked a little bit about my Accelerate Your Groove 90-day program, which is perfect for you, especially if you really want some support to um, to accelerate your motivation, to accelerate your inspiration to accomplish one or two goals. And we also talked about um, these cards, the authority card and the family card as well as the last card, which was I dedicate today to love. So thank you again. If you're watching this on the replay, write hashtag replay. If you're watching this on YouTube after, please feel free to write comments. And if you're watching this, of course, on my Women Who Want to Get Back to Their Groove or Get Back in Their Groove, please do add your comments. I'd love to know what you uh, what you what you think, what you're learning, what you're growing, what you're wanting to persevere on. And if there's anything I can do to help you with that, please do so as well. All right, everybody. Have a great Monday. Bye now.